When you're reading, there are many different strategies that you can use in order to become a stronger reader that understands what they are reading better. The better you understand your reading, the more different types of reading you can take on, the more you can learn, the better you can do with all your school and all your reading. The first one we're going to look at is called annotating the text. This allows you to engage with or interact with your reading so that you have a better understanding of what you read. A lot of people are great at understanding the individual words they're reading, but once you put it into sentences and start asking questions about what it meant or what happened in that passage, a lot of people forget. So this is going to help you bring that all together. There are three different symbols we're going to start with. There's a whole bunch we can add, but we're just going to start with these three. So for the first one, anything that you see as you're reading that you agree with, that you saw coming, that you knew, you predicted, you're going to click on this plus symbol up here, and you're going to add a comment. And when you add your comment, if you highlight and you click here, you're going to see where you can add a comment. So that's what we're going to be doing. Once you have added your check marks, you can either go back and read it again and look for things that are the opposite of that, things you didn't know or didn't see coming. And then finally, you're going to do the same thing with the question mark. You're going to add the question mark if you don't know what a word means or a passage, if you need help understanding or you need some clarification. You might not need all three symbols in every passage, but this is the three we're going to start with, these three here. Now, if you're able to go through the passage and add all of those different symbols at the same time, that's ideal. So we want to get to the point where as you're reading, those three symbols are very easy for you to insert. So we're going to look at an example here. So I haven't read this passage yet. This is called Roly-Poly Pill Bugs. We're going to go through. I'm going to read this out loud. And as I come up against things that maybe I don't know about, that I have questions about, I'm going to add comments so you can see what I'm doing. Really quick, I'm going to go back and I'm just going to copy this check mark, so it's easier for me to add it in. Okay, some people are afraid of bugs such as spiders or beetles. But there is one bug that just about everybody likes: pill bugs. If you ever pick one up, you know why its nickname is roly-poly. So as I'm reading this, I'm wondering, well, what happens if you have never picked one up? Would you know why the nickname was what it was? So I'm going to put a little thing here with a question mark because I have a question about that. All right, a pill bug rolls up into a tight little ball to protect itself. This bug is scared of you, not the other way around. Okay, the other thing I want to know is roly-poly or pill bugs. So when I was a kid, I thought we called them potato bugs. So I'm just going to make a note to myself here. Are these the same as potato bugs? I have my question mark showing I have a question, and then I've actually written my question just so I don't forget it. Okay, these little gray or brown bugs can be found almost anywhere in the United States except the desert. Now I'm going to put here a little question mark again, and Canada, because we see them all over the place, but I wonder if they are all over Canada or if it's just in certain spots. Okay, they can't stay in the desert. Let's see. Let's go back here. These little gray or brown bugs can be found almost everywhere in the United States except the desert. That is because they need to stay moist. Okay, that makes sense to me. Of course, they have to be out of the desert if they need to stay moist. All right, but they can live in dry places like California thanks to lawn sprinklers. One of their favorite hangouts is under damp flower pots. Okay, cool. I guess that makes sense because a lot of times if you pick up a rock, yeah, If you pick up a rock, you will find lots of bugs that will scatter. Did you know that pill bugs have something in common with kangaroos? Okay, I have no idea. Seriously? After her eggs hatch, the mother pill bug carries her young in a pouch under her belly. Okay, that's really cool. The little pill bugs stay there until they are big enough to be on their own. That's really neat. That makes sense to me because that is like kangaroos. That's exactly what kangaroos do. All right, pill bugs also have something in common with snakes. Just as snakes shed their skin when it gets too small, pill bugs do too. This is called molting. A pill bug molts about 5 times until it is full grown. So I have heard the word molting before, but if I hadn't, I would put a question mark. Pill bugs are like little owls too. Pill bugs are nocturnal. So maybe I don't know what the word nocturnal means. So I'm going to put a question mark here. And then, meaning they are most active at night. Okay, so I got my answer, but I'm going to keep that there just as a reminder. And just like earthworms, pill bugs help break down plants in the soil. Pill bugs aren't just nice bugs, they are also interesting ones. I would agree with that. I do find that really interesting that they are related to both the kangaroo. They have things in common with snakes and with owls. That's a really wide variety of animals. So now when I come back to this, if someone asked me what this was about, I've gone through and I've made little notes to myself that I can see where I have questions, where I know things. Like if I click on it, that one pops up. So I can see, oh yeah, that makes sense. The more little notes you put, those kind of things will help, but they're not necessary yet. I would say if you have questions, for sure, put your little questions because then we can easily answer them. But if it's just you think you saw that coming or you didn't see it coming, the check marks and the X's, you don't necessarily have to put now. But any reading we do from now on, you want to try and annotate the text.